Fuck. Hi, everyone. It's me, Sailor Moon, Serena here, and me, Sailor Starfighter, Dustin here. And today we're going to talk about how we're going to go to the Carnegie Bookhouse of, Homestead Borough, which is also called the Song Hall. I don't know why they just call it the Song Hall. It seems to do two things: be a song hall and a book house. And you maybe wonder why we're doing that. Because we have to meet a mind healer, and have a wit stretch done. And if you don't know what a wit stretch is, or whatever the English word, whatever you want to call it, it's where someone goes and asks you a lot of things and asks you to do things. And then they start coming up with what your wit is. Is it high? Is it low? You have really no runner lead over where your wit's at. And if some folks say you do, well, the truth is you don't. And since it happens to belong to the Carnegie Bookhouse gathering, the books that we took out earlier this month can be taken back there. And hopefully they'll go back to the McKeesport one whenever they go back to it. And a lot of folks would say, well, why would you even, want to get your wit stretch done? Well, I don't know. I guess to see where my wit's at, so I can, get help with things if I need them. Things like that. Fuck. Put it on. Alright. Still looks like my head's too. Yeah. That would be about right, with that. And you might think to yourself, who's gonna do this? Well, who do you think's gonna do it? I mean, Amy's gonna do it. Sailor Mercury, Sailor Quicksilver's gonna do it. Wow, she could do it. But then again, you're thinking, yeah, she could. And most likely will be the one that does it. Because I think anyone, you gotta be a healer of some kind to have an understanding how to do it. Shit. To have an understanding how to do it, or at least all the things that one has to do to have a wit stretch, like asking you things about things. Can you put these blocks together? Oh, can you draw this likeness? I don't know. Things that they always ask you. And then you have to see what your wit is, and then they rank your wit at whatever they stretch your wit to be. Yeah, well, that's going to be fun, isn't it, Serena? Sailor Moon, that's going to be fun having that done, And who knows how long that will take. And who knows where your wit will be after the stretch is all over, Because, if you're too high, then you're over the cutoff of how high your wit has to be to get help on certain things, And if your wit's too low, you can never meet the thing. And if you're lucky, you do meet the thing. And you're right thinking, well, why we picked the Carnegie Bookhouse of Homestead Borough to be where it's done at? Oh, because we want to do the McKeesport Stead one We wanted to do the Carnegie Bookhouse in McKeesport instead, but sadly they didn't have any like rooms that you could do it by yourself, and there'd be folks all over doing things, so there was no withdrawal room. And the Carnegie Bookhouse of, Homestead Borough had a room where it could be you in the mind healer or whoever was handling that said stretch could be at. So yeah, that's what's going on today. We had to leave about 11, and who knows how long it will take. And hopefully we'll still have enough time to get some books from there before we leave. So yeah, anyway, give this film a like, share and playlist it, and we'll see you later.